In today's video, we're going to be going over everything that was added in the latest update that you may have missed. Now, honestly, there's probably a lot that a lot of people have missed due to the fact that the game has been so bugged and glitched. So let's go ahead and get started with the new player icons first. In order to change your player icon, all you have to do is hit options on your PlayStation, go down in the menu to the bottom where it says edit profile. Then you will select that, go in to change profile icon, and then pick the icon that you want, save it, and this will basically be what everybody will see instead of your character picture from now on, especially when you're in parties or anything like that. Now, this change was made supposedly to reduce lag, although judging by the day of it launching, that didn't exactly work out the way they planned. Next up is the bulletin board. You may have noticed that there's 4 arrows. 3 of these arrows are pretty easy to get, as 2 of them you buy from Hassan, which are the top 2, and the 4th one is the flare arrow, which you craft yourself. However, the 3rd arrow is a little bit tricky. It's the yellow rocktail firework, and if you don't know where it's at, it is actually located in Zeke's underground at his cash register. Now let's head over to the guild hall and go to the cash register here. If we click on the register and look at the shop, next to the bottom, right above the building blocks, you will notice a new item called Magma Extractor tools, which is sold for 5,000 gold. Now, buying these will immediately unlock all of the crafting recipes for the magma block pieces. However, here's something a lot of players probably don't know. If you complete the bulletin board rewards, which is all 5 chests, you will receive the Ignite Branching Pet and the Magma Extractor tools for free. So if you've already spent the 5,000 gold before you complete the board, when you unlock the last chest, you will not only get the pet for free, you will also get 5,000 gold for a refund for buying them beforehand. So let's craft some of these magma blocks and take a look at them. These actually have a pretty interesting mechanic attached to them. Not only are they animated, so they move back and forth a little bit, actually magma flowing. If someone steps on them, they will instantly respawn back at the beginning of your housing plot. Almost like being eliminated without actually dying, because it's Palia and nobody can die. That makes these fantastic for creating barriers or obstacle courses. The only thing that I wish the developers would do is add rounded building blocks, but that's for all of them as well, not just for these, but it would be nice to have some round ones all together. Now, in order to craft the magma blocks, you'll first need magma cores. These can randomly drop while you mine any mineral, although they are fairly rare. Alternatively, if you're using wrenching pets, you can get 1 or 2 magma cores for each day they drop produce. Now, a note here is I never seen any of the magma cores drop until after I got the extracting tools. And of course, we've already talked about the pop-up beach area. If you go over here, you can actually find a new recipe for a half-broken pirate ship, which is actually pretty good size, and I forgot to record that. 1 wallpaper, 1 flooring paper, and some other decorations. Oddly though, for some reason, the decorations don't seem to be starred. I'm not sure if that's a bug or not, but I think it is. And for some reason or another, they decided, hey, let's add some water that you can play and sit in. Why? I do not know, but it's there if you want to play in the water. Another quality of life change was the update to teleport home screen. Instead of instantly teleporting, the game now asks you if you'd rather use a cooldown or consume a teleport potion instead. The only strange part about this is that the potion has to be in your inventory. If it's sitting into storage, you can't use it from the menu, which feels pointless since you already could have just clicked on it and teleported anyway. Again, that could be something that they forgot to fix. Something that appears to be added by accident is something called the Royal Relic Hunter nameplate. This is not attainable yet technically, but it looks like they will be adding it as a reward for completing all 4 relics up to tier 5 in a future update. We received 2 tents that you can actually buy from the pop-up beach event, and then 1 is the amethyst tent. The amethyst version is currently bugged on PlayStation and Twitch. It's already been fixed on the other platforms though, so hopefully those versions will get patched very soon. In order to obtain the amethyst tint, you will need to mine any type of mineral that can drop amethyst. Your best bet would be Palium though. The developers also mentioned that there were some major improvements to the camera system. In reality, the biggest addition is simply they added the ability to emote while in photo mode. Everything else is pretty much the same, so it wasn't nearly as big as an upgrade as they said. Then we had these new plushies, and honestly they're adorable. There's a blue plush for the blue crab and a yellow plush for the king crab. What's really surprising though is the drop rates. Compared to most plushies in the game, these seem to have an incredibly generous drop rate. I managed to actually snag 4 of these in total with less than 100 crabs caught and no lures used. That's probably a glitch too, but we'll take that. Finally, if you haven't completed the Path of Moths and Paws yet, take a look at your final reward tier. You'll notice that unlocking sharks in the Royal Highlands is actually tied to finishing that tier. Personally, I think that's a strange decision. I would have expected the sharks to just be automatically added into the fishing instead of being locked behind progression, but that's the way they decided to implement it. Not for sure why, to be honest. With the updates out of the way, S6 released statement over the last couple of days saying that they rolled out hotfixes for the Xbox and the Steam users already to address the reported controller input issues and excessive sounds triggered while looting, and they will be continuing to work on fixes for the additional platforms. It's easier to work on each platform individually instead of doing them all at once, which is probably true to be honest. Not only did they fix the controller issues, they also fixed the issue preventing amethyst tint from dropping, and they also fixed the lunar path item low durability issues with the hooks. Now again, that was only for Steam and for Xbox, so unfortunately us PlayStation and Switch users are still waiting. And as of right now, they have not mentioned anything about an update today, so hopefully tomorrow. And that is everything that you may have missed in the latest update. If you found this video helpful, be sure to leave it a like and subscribe for more Palia content. And as always, stay safe, stay cozy, but most importantly, have fun gaming.